Hey everyone, it's Amy, and I'm coming on for an impromptu live. Why? Because it is Thoughtful Thursday, and I've been having a lot of thoughts lately that I wanted to share with you. If you come on, please say hello and let me know that you're there. A lot of times there's a lag, so I might not be able to get to you the minute you sign on, but let me know that you're there so I can say hello. Like I said, it's Amy, and for those of you who have not met me yet, we've got a lot of new people in our group. I want to welcome you. Welcome you to an amazing group of people that are here to encourage, support, and uplift you no matter where you're at in your journey in life. And you know, you guys, it's amazing. It's amazing. Lately, I've been having these conversations and have found that so many people are what they're calling either lost or stuck. Are you lost or stuck? If you are, say that's me, or give me a 1, or give me a thumbs up, give me something. Let me know if that's you. If you feel like you're kind of just lost or you're stuck and you can't move on and you're not really sure how to get yourself unstuck, you know, this is such a prevalent feeling these days that people have actually been reaching out to ask me to give talks on how to get unstuck. And I was thinking that perhaps maybe you are somebody that is stuck or feeling lost as well. And so I didn't want to just, share it with others. I wanted to share it with you, my community that I care about so very much. So, if you are, or if you know somebody that is feeling, completely lost or stuck, stick with me. I'm going to give you 3 steps to get unstuck. But I also wanted to share with you a time in my life when I felt incredibly lost. And it was a time that, my gosh, it seems like just yesterday, you guys, that it happened. But when I started thinking about when it actually happened, it was like 10 years ago. My girls were getting ready to leave the family home and go off to college. And I knew this day was coming, right? We all know that when we have children, that eventually, hopefully, if we do our jobs right, we can eventually let them leave the house and go off on their own. But when the day actually came, it hit me like a ton of bricks. I had cultivated and nurtured so many relationships. I had nurtured my relationship with my children. I had nurtured my relationship with my spouse because I knew that one day they would leave, and I didn't want to look at him one day and go like, who are you and why are we still together? So I nurtured that relationship throughout the years. I also nurtured my relationships with friends and with siblings and with my mom and with my husband's siblings, and kept that close family unit, right? So I really did, I think, a pretty decent job with all of that. But there was one relationship that I did not foster, that I did not cultivate, that I did not nourish and give the attention to that it so badly needed. And it was really made me very aware when my girls ended up leaving. And that relationship was, of course, with myself. So if that's you, if you can relate to this, give me raise your hand, give me a thumbs up, let me know that you can relate. I was surprised because I remember vividly a family member that's older than me saying that she needed to go on a trip to find herself. And I was very confused by this. And I guess Eat, Pray, Love is another a movie all about like finding yourself. And I thought, how can you not know who you are, and how can you lose yourself? And here I was in a situation where I actually lost myself. I didn't know who I was without the titles. You strip all the titles away of mom or wife or sister or mortgage broker or inventor or business owner, and you strip all those titles away and you're left wondering, who exactly are you, right? At least I did. And from what I'm finding, there are many others out there that are in that situation. I like to say that it was kind of like a movie that I saw. If you've ever seen the movie Runaway Bride with Julia Roberts and Richard Gere, for those of you who have never seen it, it's a great movie. You should rent it, or maybe it's on Netflix. But it's an older movie, and it's about Julia Roberts is a serial engager. Is that what you would call it? So somebody who is always engaged. She goes from one engagement for marriage to another, to another, to another, and she gets all the way to the point where she's walking down the aisle, and then she turns around and bolts, right? And runs and calls the wedding off. And so Richard Gere is he's doing it. I think he was doing an article or something, and he went to go and interview her and talk to her because once again she is engaged to be married. And through talking to her and all her previous fiancés, he realizes something really profound about her and her character that he shares with her. He got really frustrated, and he said, I've talked to all these different people, and I found out that you don't even know how you like your eggs. With each fiance, she liked her eggs differently. And so he said, how do you actually like your eggs? And I was at a point in my life where literally and figuratively, I had not a clue how I liked my eggs, right? I knew that when I was a kid, I liked them scrambled with ketchup. Now, don't judge until you try it. When I was a kid, I loved them with ketchup. And so that's how I would eat my eggs. Now, thinking about scrambled eggs with ketchup right now, that doesn't really make me excited, right? So I know how my kids like their eggs. They like their eggs with cheese, right? How many of you have children or know people that like their eggs scrambled with cheese? They loved them that way. Not really my favorite. So I didn't know how, I didn't even know if I still liked eggs. Goodness knows, I was like, do I even like them still? And so I set out on a journey to try and figure out, who am I, to answer that question, and what do I want out of life? Because I had focused so much on what everybody else wanted out of life and what kind of life I wanted to give to others, that I had actually gotten to the point where I had no idea who I was, what I liked, what I wanted. If you can relate, give me a thumbs up, say that's me, I can relate. And let me know that I'm not alone in this. It has taken me the better part of 10 years. Now, it didn't take me quite 10 years. It probably took me closer to 6 or 7, maybe, to actually figure out who am I and what do I want out of life. And I'm finding right now that there are a lot of people out there that are grappling with that situation. The who am I, or that I'm stuck. I'm stuck in a life that I don't really love some aspect of, but I'm not really sure how to move beyond it. I'm stuck. And so I wanted to share with you 3 things that you can do to get unstuck on this Thoughtful Thursday. Are you ready? The first thing that I wanted to share is that you have to actually want to not be stuck. Now, that seems logical, right? That seems obvious. But so often we are stuck because we're comfortable. We might not like it. We might not enjoy where we're at, but it's a comfort thing. You know this. You know this scenery. You know how it feels. You know how it works. You know what to do. And so there's an uncomfortable feeling when you are thinking about changing. Change for many, including me, is incredibly uncomfortable. And so you need to determine, first of all, that you want to change, that you want to become unstuck, that you want to find yourself and make that change. Decide today that you want a different life. And when you make that decision, the biggest pitfall is to look ahead and see, oh my gosh, I really want to be here, and I'm here. And there's a huge divide between the two. I'm never going to get there. So I'm encouraging you not to look so much of where you want to be, but to focus on the fact that you no longer want to be where you're at in whatever aspect of your life that you're feeling stuck or lost. So making that decision that you no longer want to be there is actually the first step. All right, the second step. The second step is to do some research. Do some research and find something that you can do to change your current situation. Now, I'll give you some examples. If it is you want to change your eating habits, then look for an eating plan. Now, I'm not saying you have to do anything. You don't have to change your life. You're just doing research. If somebody has become really healthy and you want to know how they did it, reach out to them and find out. You're doing research. So making that decision to find something that will move you out of where you are, give yourself permission to go and explore all the options, because so often we don't give ourselves permission. We're like, we should just stay where we're at, right? It's a lot of work. I don't know if I want to do that. I don't know if it'll work for me. And so get out of your head and just commit to research. You're not saying you're going to have to do any of it, right? You're just going to research and find somebody or something that has worked and see if that's going to be conducive to perhaps maybe giving it an old college try. Now, I also want you to give yourself permission to try a lot of different things, to investigate and explore a lot of different things, and not have to have the perfect one, right? Not have to, I'm gonna lower myself down. Ow, because I'm sitting on my knees and my feet have lost their feeling. So to give yourself permission to test out a lot of different things, because we're not guaranteed that the first thing that we explore is gonna work or is gonna work like we want it to, but it at least will get you away from where you are right now. So for those of you who are reformed or in process working on the perfectionism, it's an ongoing thing for me. Give yourself permission for it not to be perfect, okay? And also, the pitfall to this step is that you get stuck in it. So many people get stuck in the research phase, like maybe that's not the perfect one, maybe that's not the best one, maybe there's a better one. You know, I'm someone who sometimes is a little guilty of that, where I am looking for a next step or a solution to a situation, and I'm like, that's okay, but maybe there's a better one. Maybe there's a better one. Maybe there's a better one. And I keep chasing that better one, and what I find is that I haven't moved. And so don't get stuck in the research phase. Give yourself a certain amount of time. Give yourself a day. Give yourself a week. You don't need much more than that. And then decide on what you found attempting one of those things. And just, test it out. And if it's not for you, throw it away and attempt another one, right? Explore another one. And giving yourself permission to not find the perfect solution right out of the gate will eliminate a lot of the pressure and the stress that we so often put upon ourselves when we're wanting to move into a different thing and make a change that it doesn't have to be perfect, right? And then the third thing is you got to take action, right? So often we're sitting here waiting for the perfect thing to fall out of the sky and fall in our lap. We want someone to walk into our lives and whisk us away and fix it for us. But really, in all honesty, we know that that person isn't going to be able to do that. The person that has to help us is us. And so realizing and making the decision to help yourself and make it one baby step. One baby step. I think that the hardest part of moving out of where you are is the actual first step. Making that, so often we're like, oh, we need an hour. Oh, we need a week. Oh, we need 6 hours. Oh, give yourself 10 minutes. Because in your head, for me, I can make every excuse in the book not to do something because I'm busy, because it takes too long, because I don't have all this stuff, because. But when I give myself and I tell myself, you just need to do 10 minutes, it's amazing that that's just enough energy and momentum to get you going. So if you commit, set a timer on your phone, say, I don't need more than 10 minutes. I'm not going to finish it. I'm giving myself permission, going back to the research, I'm giving myself permission to not finish it, but I'm going to make a movement in a direction, any direction, maybe not the right direction, but I'm going to movement away from where I am now. Because in actuality, what you're saying is, I just don't want to be here any longer. I don't want to be wallowing in my pity party. I don't know who I am. Well, figure it out. Figure it out. For me, I had to actually decide to test out different kinds of eggs. I said, every day I'm going to try eggs a different way, make eggs a different way, and decide yes or no whether or not I like them, and how much I like them, and whether they're my favorite. And so I did. I tried the scrambled with ketchup. Yeah, no longer my favorite. I tried the eggs with cheese. They're okay. I tried the sunny side up. I tried the over easy. I tried the hard boiled. My favorite, you really want to know my favorite? My favorite is what I call a bullseye. And that's where you actually put, you take a piece of bread, and whatever kind of bread, whether you are doing gluten-free or Ezekiel, or you make it yourself or you buy it, one that has no refined flour and sugar, which there's lots of recipes for those even. But you take a slice of bread and you cut out a circle in the middle. I usually use like a juice glass, and I press it in, I make a circle, and I take the piece of bread that's in the juice glass, I take it out, and I put, these are special treats now, I put a little bit of butter on both sides, and I put butter on both sides of the bread, and I stick it in a fry pan, and I crack an egg in the bullseye, in the hole, and I make it where it's over easy, where the whites are cooked. I don't like raw whites, but the inside is runny. And then I take that lovely, delicious, decadent, like circle that I have put in and cooked on both sides, so it's a little bit crunchy and buttery, and I dip it in the yolk. That is my favorite. And doing the experiment, tell yourself it's an experiment. Tell yourself you're going to explore lots of different things to get you away from where you currently are. And that will be one step closer to where you ultimately want to be. Again, going back to number 2, or going back to number 1, don't look so much with where you want to be, because it's so far away from where you are that it's discouraging. And you're like, why even bother? I'm so far away, right? And so instead of doing that, just say, I just don't want to be here. I don't want to be here, wherever this here is, whether that's in your finances, your health, your relationship, or your career. You don't want to be here. So what does one step away look like? My husband's a pilot, right? And this works also in boating. But if you set a course for straight ahead, right? And you set a course, you're gonna go due north. Okay? You're going due north. You're going due north, due north, due north. If you vary your plan just 1 degree, you're not gonna hit the North Pole. You're gonna be like way off over here. By just changing your course 1 degree will put you in a totally different place. And ultimately, whether that place is what you envision or not, it's a different place from where you are now. And ultimately, isn't that where you want to begin with? So there you go. For those of you who are feeling lost or stuck, those are 3 simple, easy steps. 3 steps that you can do today. Make the commitment, make the decision to do it today. Don't put it off till tomorrow. Don't say one day. Make this day 1 and start changing your life for the better. And if you are somebody that are like, yeah, I need a little bit of help, I'm here for you. I'm here for you. Please check out, I will put the post above or below. I'll put the post somewhere for you to check out the Fall Women's Retreat, where I will help you get from where you are to where you want to be, where you will discover and fall in love with who you are, love the life you currently live, and live a life you love. And so if that is you and you need a little bit of extra help, I'm going to encourage you to check out the Fall Women's Retreat. There's a few spots left. It's September 29th through October 2nd of this year, and I would love to be able to help you get unstuck and find yourself if you feel lost, so that you can live a life that you guys really love. Life is way too short to continue to live a life you don't like, right? In any aspect of your life. And so often we're complacent and we just say, it's a good life. It's nice. But you deserve to have an amazing life, an awesome life. And so decide today that you are worthy and that you deserve that life that you want so badly, and take those steps that I just talked about in achieving them. And like I said, if you need a little bit of help, a little bit of encouragement, a helping hand, I'm here for you. Check out the retreat. And until next time, you guys, I hope that you have a thrilling, thriving Thursday. And I look forward to popping on with you again on occasion as I get more thoughts that I want to share with you. So often I think about you guys, or I come across conversations that make me feel that I should really be sharing them with all of you. And so when I get that, I'm gonna pop on and do that in the future. And I hope that this has reached those that really need the message. And of course, as always, you guys, if you know somebody that isn't in this group or isn't watching, that needs the information, that's really feeling stuck or really feeling lost, please share it with them so that we can help them live a life they love. All right, that's it for me. I don't have much else. I know that you guys are probably looking for Duncan in the back, but he's actually outside today enjoying the cooler air. Well, it's not so cold, but it's overcast. So he's out enjoying the cooler air on the porch, on the slate where it's cooler for a little bit before I have to skedaddle out of here. And let me know if you see this. Please do #replay. And if you... come on, I don't think I do see somebody. Hold on. Oh, it's Cheryl. Hey, you caught me live. Yay! Way to go. It's always better when I know that somebody's there, even though I know that you're there at the very end. I really hope that what I've shared has helped and encouraged and supported you or somebody that you know. And if so, just share it with them. Anyway, have a thrilling, thriving Thursday, girl, and everybody else who is watching on the replay. Yay! Thanks, Cheryl. And anybody else that's watching on the replay, have an amazing day, and let me know what one step that you're gonna do to change your life in a direction that you want to be in. All right, we'll talk again soon. See ya.